Generally, we in research, we take them as measuring instruments. What measuring instrument in fact is anything that is used to quantify and record information. Now, if I take the case of engineering sciences, you have that equipments in the laboratories and workshops. And if we go to the descriptive type of research, there these instruments come in the form of, say, questionnaires, interview schedules, like that, through which we collect the information. Let me just ask from you. I am seeing some of you are from mechanical, some from computer science, some from, of course, chemical engineering also. So let me know from you, is descriptive statistics helpful to you? Descriptive statistics आपने पढ़ी थी ना कल ही? I will be using mixed language. So what should you understand by this descriptive, descriptive statistics, descriptive research methods, descriptive research method? Are they helpful to you? Can you name any of them? Any descriptive method of research, can you name them? Survey. Very good, survey. Now, what should you understand by survey method of research?
Collection of data, we make the questionnaires and put the data.
Okay. Any other way?
Analysis of data.
Analysis तो आपको you have to do in experimental study also. हाँ तो that you have to do in experimental study also. Interviews, very good. Interviews, observations, questionnaires, they are the tools which we are using to conduct survey. My point is what we mean by survey. What is the difference between survey and experimental study?
Right. Survey is existing status of
Good.
particular thing or
Good.
And experiment may be something new.
Survey में new नहीं आएगा.
We can infer from whatever data we have. We can infer from that.
My point is how we can differentiate between experimental study and survey study. Let me hear from Chandigarh University, any participant. Yes, please. जुड़े? हाँ. Hanji, any person who can differentiate between survey method of research and experimental method of research? Let me hear from Dr. Satish here. गायब हो गए. आपने जगह बदल ली. मैं आपको उधर ढूंढ रही थी. हाँ जी. How would you differentiate? Of course, I can understand you must have conducted study through survey of if I'm right. You use survey method of research? What was your topic? What was your topic in PhD? Okay. We will make the questionnaire from you. We will ask for certain questions, how you collected information, what were your objectives and all. Might be you might have shared yesterday also, I don't know. But let me. Okay. In survey method of research, we take stock of the current situation. What are the current practices followed in any situation? In experimental study, you will always have independent and dependent variables, and you see the cause and effect relationships. Right? Yeah, now you take any example in educational sciences or in engineering, you will see that you are seeing means effect of something on the other thing. Yeah? One is called independent, which we manipulate variable, and the other is the dependent variable where the effect is seen. Tulsi, you are from mechanical. Any examples you can say, tell me, where you have manipulated the things and you have gone for seeing the results?
survey we can
Survey, now I am come to experimental. Survey to Sara time in this session I am going to discuss survey only.
in the case of experimental research we can interpret some results.
Interpret. No, I said that there is cause, there is effect. Right? So, in mechanical engineering, can you give me any example from where you are manipulating some variable and seeing the effect? मैं आपको एक सिंपल सा बताऊं. I think everybody will be able to understand irrespective of the discipline, that's English, maths or anything. Say you have a vehicle, पेट्रोल डालते हैं उसमें आप लेड की क्वांटिटी जैसे जैसे बदलते हैं उसका एफिशिएंसी पे क्या इफेक्ट होता है. One becomes independent variable, the other becomes the dependent variable. This is just the clarification that we are not going to do that here. We are going for the descriptive research. Now, my survey research. Now, my question is, in your engineering sciences, can you give me any example where you are using survey method, not the experimental method?
Teaching method in institution.
Okay, teaching method in institution. राजेश ना, हाँ राकेश. राकेश जी आपका क्या डिसिप्लिन है? इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स. आप मुझे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का कोई एग्जांपल दे देंगे?
Method to have implementation of laboratory.
Okay,
Conduction of laboratory.
okay, okay. Any other? Computer science. Ajesh, you are computer science ना आपका? So, any example from computer science? There are more persons also. Just raise your hands. Computer science के कौन से लोग हैं? Okay, you are there. Okay. Yes.
Performance comparison can be conducted.
Or by survey method of research.
Giving questions to the users.
Okay.
Or the computer performance.
Okay. You will conduct a survey on that. No, so that I am saying, my question is that in the method you are using survey method in your own discipline. You may be using combination. It may be a combination of experimental method and this survey, but my question is that you are using both, not one. It may be only one also.
And use of computer language.
By very good, very quite close to the things. नाम क्या आपका? Vijay Mishra. So how you will means do in that? Very good. Use of any language. Okay. How it is a survey method? बहुत अच्छा attempt किया आपने. You are quite close to the things.
Use of language.
Use of languages, computer languages. तो कोई सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलप कर लो लैंग्वेज पे या लैंग्वेज ही ले लो. How will you do that? Why you are saying that it is a survey method of research?
So many languages are there.
So
which one is suitable for particular software?
How will you go for that? Means in survey we said that we are taking stock of current situation, right? We may be discussing about the problems. We may be discussing about the practices followed by the group of people. So how exactly will you make questionnaire and get information from the persons who are, means why you are saying it is a survey method?
We are updating softwares
Hmm.
or making new operating systems
Hmm.
from existing ones.
Yes.
Then from survey method we can find out what are the problems with that.
Very good, Shruti. Very, very well identified. Very good. So you want to even design a new software, or you even update the present software also. So one thing is that okay, I am sitting in my room and I am just thinking that this problem might have been felt. Now, might have been felt is different, and what exactly is felt is different. Right? Say I want to say make a software for some instrument, something for this blind people. Now, do I sitting in my room can understand everything, what type of my client is, what type of their needs are there, what type of difficulties they are facing, and how they learn the things? if I really want to do, we really want to develop some software, some type of thing for in computer, naturally I have to take some survey of the actual things, then only the product which I am making, maybe in the form of software or rather I would say for anything in engineering, where you are making, you have to take some survey. So point is, whenever you go for engineering sciences also, survey method finds its place in addition to experimental. Of course, it may not be there for all experiments. जैसे आपने I said that you change the quantity, the proportion of lead, and then you see the effect on the efficiency and all, and what maximum you can take. So there you may not go for the survey first. But if you are want to say even you have say designed a new software and you put it in the market, how far it is useful, there also you can go for the descriptive. My point is that it's not only the methods, effectiveness of methods, or only educational research where we are finding use of survey. Survey can be used. Even I have seen there are studies conducted on online examination that of course come under the area of technical education, but they are related to that because online education, online evaluation, even your joint entrance tests, they have they're switching to the online, and there are different types of problems. I had a small survey of the students, and to my surprise, even in the cities like Bombay, people were not very comfortable with going for online, and those who appeared after the test, their complaint was that we could have done better if it is offline. So point is, there are big questions, and for point point is that technical, even in the area of technical education, we have to go for survey method of research, and my instruments in this designing of questionnaire is the major tool in going for survey studies. So that's how we will be going about.
If you are the depending variable we cannot measure, then we go for the survey.
For example,
drug analysis, effect of drug analysis in medical field.
okay, yes.
Then we go for survey. We cannot get the exact measurements.
But I think in that type of, I am that's not my field. You can correct me. That is done generally on animals also. But I am not too sure what they are doing. But of course, your point is because unless you inject it, how can you know the effect? Say I asked you this much dose, what will be the effect on you? This much dose, what will be the effect on you? Through survey, I can't judge those things, in my view.
Physician starts to query of several questions. Then only he have go some.
Doesn't matter. Point is that when you are changing the dose of the drug and then you are using the effect, that's what you wanted to say, no? Say I am changing the dosage of drug and then seeing the effect. Can I just by filling the proforma I can tell the effect? My question is that. So I suppose for these type of studies also, as they are doing in medical sciences, they go more for means they do it on rats and all that, if I'm right. But that in any case that can't be done through survey method. Of course, you can conduct this survey by seeing that judging for what is the relationship or what is the situation, problems faced with different consumption of drug dose. What were the causes, what type of symptoms, what type of effects were observed in the people. They have already taken, and if you know that how much they are taking, then only you can work out on those things. But not, you can't just have the perception of the people that this much drug can have this much effect. So their questionnaire will not be of course used. But I appreciate that you have thought of that how it can be used. Okay, there are two types of broadly questionnaires. Can you give me some more examples which have been discussed yesterday for survey method of research? Maybe one was saying that the teaching practice is followed in the institution. Any other example? No? Okay. Have you heard is standardized instrument word this? Of course, I am giving the meaning. Standardized instruments, they go for, they are made for test, checking the aptitude, ability, personality even. Say how much person is sociable. Now you see in campus interviews, there is one technical interview and the other is personality or HR interview. HR interview में they go for these things also. कई बार वो छोटा सा टेस्ट भी दे देते हैं HR से related. Say if they want to recruit a person who has the leadership quality, and for such types of abilities, leadership, extroversion, say if the person is in the, you are taking it, the person for the marketing, so that person must be extrovert, have the convincing power. So there are tests, standardized tests for that. Why we are mentioning here standardized tests? Because these are prepared with very great care. There are certain steps in that. I won't, of course, go into that, but you have available in the market also, and they are there on the net also. On net, they will give you a sample of that, some questions and all that, and then and what it is measuring exactly, and then their costs are given. They are paid because lot of money is involved in designing these of things. Why standardized instruments should be used by the companies, especially who are taking very important decisions like placing people, hiring people for that. If say my instrument does not evaluate what we intend to evaluate, say I want to see that the person is extrovert, but the instrument is so constructed that it is not exactly evaluating that aspect. So my purpose fails there. So that's why where important decisions are required, these tests are available and people use it. And for research purpose also, we do use this type of tests. Say I want to relate how organizational climate affects the job satisfaction of the person. So there we go for job satisfaction, you have standardized tests available. For organizational climate also, you have standardized. And if they are not available, researcher may have to construct of its own and standardize those. Even the questionnaire which I am going to discuss, that has to be validated. Otherwise, the results will be wrong. It's just like that you have an instrument in the workshop or laboratory, and when you make any measurement in the experimental study, and that does not give you the right results, it means your whole research has gone. All your interpretations, all your analyses are wrong. So tools are very important when we conduct a research study. It may be the devices in the workshops, laboratories. It may be the tools like that, the standardized tests or the other qualification which the researchers are developing. There will be certain research areas where the researcher may not be having this standardized type of instruments. So there they have to go for questionnaires, interview schedules, observation schedules, attitude scales, teacher-made achievement tests and all that. This will depend what type of thing is to be developed. That will depend on the nature of the problem, of course. So among these, I am going to discuss here only the questionnaire, how we should design questionnaire so that it gives us the right results. Valid results, reliable results, so that our further data analysis and interpretations, they are made rightly. Let me again ask from you what you mean by questionnaire.
It's a tool.
Very good. It's a tool, of course. It's a tool because I just started with that we have this tool only. So, Preeti ne bilkul theek kaha hai that questionnaire is a set of questions with very good, very good. Let me hear from Chandigarh University also. Any participant from there? Yes. माइक वो मुझे सुन रहे हैं Okay. Mic नहीं चल रहा. Okay, okay. Okay. So, well, here Preeti has rightly said that the questionnaire is set of questions which are means for keeping in view the purposes or objectives of the questionnaire. Let us now see how we go about it. So, rightly said, questionnaire is a written instrument that contains series of questions to which individuals respond. Whatsoever is your sample, the individuals in the sample have to respond to that, and generally it has to be completed independently by the individual. Because अगर दो लोग मिलके करेंगे सलाह अपना मशवरा करके, then it will not give you the valid results. Questionnaires, they can be mailed or personally distributed also. You can go by any way. I will restricting to designing. This part covers to the how you collect data using questionnaires. Then it is generally used to gather factual information, but for others also it's good. Mailing questionnaire is specifically good when the geographical area is large. So you want to go to whole Punjab, or say you want to go to whole of Karnataka ले लेती हूँ, Kerala ले लेती हूँ. So naturally when the geographical area increases, say it may be a nationwide survey also. So more the geographical area, mailing of questionnaire is easy. And nowadays even there are softwares, I think they are even free, वो Google में अपने आप conversion कर देते हैं. And if you have the emails and all, you can conduct the surveys through internet also. But provided you have that type of, they are included in your sample also. And the persons are like that who will respond also. Advantage of that is they make coding also in addition to that. So that the researcher works become easy if that type of facility is there. Sorry. If you go personally, you can go to classes, meetings, depending upon what type of samples you have, so you can collect the data information. Now I come to how to prepare it. First step is decide the purpose, objectives of the questionnaire. Of course, they are coming from the research study also. So maybe your study is a combination of the two things. It's also taking experimental study and say experiment that you are going to design a say new software for the blind ones, and then you have the other part of it that you want to know the needs of those people. So for knowing the needs of those people and maybe the work they can type, the competencies in terms of means manually what they can really handle and through how they do it. You want to go type for that type of thing. So for that you conduct a study. So point is you have two parts. One is experimental, the other is survey. So for survey type of objectives, they become the objectives for your questionnaire. Decide population, because in the questionnaire generally we write what is your name, discipline and all this. So when you know the sample, you can make mention of such things for in the questionnaire. Then of course this will also tell you the education level of the people also. So from that you have to generate research questions, issues. At times maybe after hypothesis you have written research questions. Take out those research questions so that they are able to meet the objectives. Then we write criterion questions that okay, if this is the objective, these will be the broad questions for my questionnaire. And finally we start writing items. So just have this study purposes, then broadly what were the research questions, and from there we have seen what are the criterion questions. Broader issues have been say when you are saying that okay, customer needs, you are saying with respect to this aspect, with respect to this aspect, with respect to this aspect. So these have become the criterion questions. Below each, through one criterion question, you cannot judge the whole thing. So for each criterion question, we generate number of further questions and then number of items are written to study really that research question. So for if there is one research question pertaining to survey, then of course you would analyze for that part. If there are number of research questions which needs the, say it is totally a survey study, so maybe all your research questions, they focus on the questionnaire only, so you don't like that. Once the items are done, then we check that issue from that everything is covered, of course. Then write instructions, कैसे, how they have to tick mark and all that. Pilot the questionnaire and refine items. This piloting is done to modify it and to ensure that we are getting valid results out of that questionnaire and reliable. I will make mention of all these aspects in the lecture. Then administer the final questionnaire. Okay, we come to the what type of content should be there for designing questionnaire. When you write question, remember you have to see that is it really necessary. At times what happens, researcher says, okay, I will ask this also, I will ask this also, becomes too ambitious for the questions. Then finally when he reaches at the analysis, he says this was not desired. And remember, if such type of thing is there in your questionnaire will become lengthy. And that when reaches the person, throws in the dustbin. बड़े questionnaire को, long questionnaires को nobody likes to fill.
Hello.
So, Hanji, yes please.
Is there any limit on the number of questions also?
This is your judgment.
Pardon?
This is your judgment.
Okay.
And it will depend on other things also, how many research questions are there, because in that pursuit you don't have to leave certain things which are your objectives. And how many open-ended questions are there, that will also make a difference on the length of the questionnaire. Point is, you have to, it should fulfill your objectives also, but at the same time it should not be so lengthy that then you have to recheck that was that question really necessary for my objective or not. If it is not, then don't write it. My point is that don't become ambitious in asking. कई बार I have seen people, researchers, वो कहते हैं चलो एक बार में डाटा कलेक्ट करके 2 पेपर छाप देंगे, and in that pursuit the things go in the dustbin. So take care of this thing. Are several questions needed on the subject matter of this question? Say you have written 2 less on that. That's why I'm saying it's your judgment. Say if you ask 2 less, then of course you can't make the generalizations. Why we are going for survey? We have to make certain generalizations out of it. And if your information which you have asked from the respondent, that's not sufficient, how can you generalize the things then? Do respondents have the information necessary to answer the question? I gave you a case of computer science. It was related to cloud computing, and students wrote, when I was taking RM with ME classes, what is cloud computing? I asked her, why you are writing this question? Say I am a user of cloud computing and you want to just see that how this best can be, this type of clouds can be floated in the market for purchase. And if you are asking me what is cloud and who invented it, am I concerned with it? First of all, I am not concerned. What is the meaning of the cloud? Why should I write that thing? And maybe I am having, as a customer, I am having a broad knowledge of the meaning of that. But I can't put it that meaning in those definition terms in my when I am responding to that. And other related technical questions, they may not be required by the customer and by a lay person who is going to use it. So look from the respondent point of view, why should that person respond to such things? So if and that person doesn't have that knowledge also. And if there are a number of such questions, again, after some time, wo kahega ye site pe pada questionnaire, I am not able to do what the person is asking. So you have to see that whether I am having that information also or not. That is important. How much you ask the student how much your teacher spends time in preparing the lecture. How can he know? How much time your students study at home? How can the teacher know? Teacher तो ये देखेगा कि वो आ गए हैं कि नहीं, कितने घंटे लगा गए हैं, that the individual teacher. So don't ask such questions which that respondent is not supposed to know and may not be knowing also. फिर वो guesswork करेंगे, that will be wrong. Does the question need to be more concrete, specific and closely related to the respondent's personal experience? So point is, when you are writing the questionnaire items, then you have to think of these things in your view. Now when we are making questionnaires, there are two types of questions. One are called closed-ended and the other are open-ended. What do we mean by closed-ended?
80 possible answers.
Hanji?
Objectives.
Specific answer possible was.
स्पेसिफिक हो या दिया ही हो, आंसर दिया हुआ है, they have to just tick mark करना है, हाँ या ना, yes or no.
It is a kind of multiple choice question.
Yes, of course it can be multiple choice also, very rightly said. It can be even rank order. Say you have given all situations and you ask the person to rank the things. That goes beyond multiple choice question also. So these questions provide respondents with a list of responses from which they have to select, and they can be in the type of multiple choice. It can be two-way, that is called forced choice. So respondent has just to tick mark. Say, do you always, वैसे ये गलत है question, but I am still writing, do you always wake up before 8 a.m. yes or no? So that's just he has to select it. Specific है ये, dichotomous है. Rank में all the items are given. They have to rank it. ये पहले नंबर पे है ये. Say you say that in a software what type of things you will like, easy to use and like others points बना देते हैं. Then the person ranks that कि okay, this should be the order of the thing utility for using any software. So that way also you can go. So rightly said. Say this is the example of multiple choice. So what in your opinion are the qualities of a good administrator? Able to make decisions, fast decision maker, able to listen, impartial, skilled in personal communication. इसी को मैं रैंक बना सकती थी. Say I add 5 more and ask them what should be the ranking of that. So point is why it's close, because the things are given to the individual. वो अपना नया नहीं दे रहा है. इसको थोड़ा सा अगर आपने ओपन बनाना है, F any other please specify. थोड़ा ओपन में चला गया, but it's not exactly open. Fully open ended नहीं है, because you have given the direction in your questionnaire. Now if I come to the open ended, of course opposite to that, in open ended they permit subjects freedom to answer question in their own words without pre-specified alternatives. No alternatives are given. Say if I these do not provide with any answers from which to select. Say, sorry, the same question administrator वाला जो मैंने closed कहा था. Now here all the options are open. What in your opinion are the qualities of good administrator? So everything he has to write. In the closed, I had given certain choices there. Here I am not giving any choice. So what are the advantage? What can be the advantages of open-ended questions? Free to respond. There is no restriction. You don't spoon feed the person. Very good. Anything else? Let me hear from Chandigarh University also. Any advantage which you look in open-ended questions? Yes? Hello?
You can get the complete description about a particular topic or area about which we are talking.
Okay, we can get description of the things. Good. May I know your name?
Gulshan Goyal.
Gulshan ji, very good, Gulshan Goyal. Hanji, any other? Okay, let me hear from the studio.
You get different types of answers.
Different types of answer. Is it advantage or disadvantage? Both. Both. Very good. Very rightly said. Why it is advantage? You have a variety of the things. Why disadvantage? Deviate इतना हो जाएगा, it will become difficult for analysis. Say all the individuals give different type of response. How will you put together? You can just list them and you can't generalize anything because every second person has given a different type of thing. And they may deviate also from the target also. So, the advantage is respondent is not forced to select among the given situations. Real thoughts are expressed when we are using open-ended questions. And when the list is too large, it's difficult for you to give. So you say, okay, you tell us the things. Let respondents tell the researcher what he means and not researcher tells what he wants. So lead questions are different हो जाते हैं थोड़े. Disadvantages काफी हैं इसके. Respondent may say too much or too little. I have seen in many questionnaires वो छोड़ देते हैं open-ended पे. They don't attempt. Most of them, if you say, okay, if you say what are the problems in evaluation, they will give you a long list. But when you say, give the solution, any suggestions for solution, that is blank. So, they may not just say anything. Provide incomplete or unintelligible answers. Means they will write so brief that your interpretation may become very different as the respondent thought of it. So that difference may also affect it. Flexibility in responses. When too much flexibility, coding becomes difficult, analysis becomes difficult. So interpretations will vary. So point is that don't go for too much of open-ended questions in your questionnaires. And of course, when it becomes expensive and time-consuming for the researcher, if there are more of open-ended questions, divergent views will come, and the researcher time will be invested in that may not be fruitful because that survey is not leading to any type of generalizations or any type of concrete conclusions for the study. Now, how to write these survey questions? We said when we are discussing the steps, at the end we came to the questionnaire items. So, how to write them? It's very difficult. It looks very simple, but writing of questionnaires is, you will see, is not that easy. Make sure that, first of all, make sure that question is directly relevant to the hypothesis. Let me give you one situation. Say my hypothesis, I will be using mix of the things to explain. Women are more likely to get out of a traffic stop by a police officer than men. And this question is given. Have you ever been issued, these are of course asked from women only. Have you ever been issued a traffic violation when wrong after being stopped by a police officer? Never through more than 3 times. Agar 3 times say means ज़्यादा हो जाता, then I feel that okay 3 times तक है, तो it means चालान they are being people are lenient to her. I predict that women are more likely to be let off due to their persuasiveness and leniency of officers to women. Now, is my prediction okay from this? If they get 3 तक उनका अगर चालान है, तो we start interpreting it as कि lenient है. Is my interpretation from this questionnaire right? Question right or not? Right है, okay. प्रीति कहती है right है. और किसी का क्या view है? क्यों भाई अजेश, आपका क्या ख्याल है? What's your view with this? Is it right? Okay, Rakesh, What is your view? Why? वो तो मैंने शक डाल दिया आपको ना. Use your judgment. क्यों? हाँ, तो आप क्या कहते हैं, 5 कर दो क्या? नहीं, प्लीज let him give his view.
There must be some basis and facts on which this figure has to be put.
Questionnaire में, okay. How should I improve then it?
To take the data from the traffic,
फिर questionnaire बनाओ.
of course.
Okay. What data I should take?
What should be the correct figure?
जिसको छोड़ दिया उसका डाटा तो पुलिस के पास होगा ही नहीं.
मैम चंडीगढ़ है तो डेटा भी है यूपी में.
मैं कह रही हूँ डाटा उसका होगा जिसका चालान कटा है. ठीक है ना, जिसका चालान ही नहीं काटा उसका डाटा पुलिस क्या देगी मुझको?
But we can make up how many of men and women have been-
चालान कितने हुए हैं? हाँ? Okay. Any other view? Very good attempts. Let me hear from Chandigarh University also. Yes, Chandigarh University. नहीं मिले. Okay, Shruti, what is your view?
I think that by more than 3 times, if one time she get freed from traffic violation, then it's okay.
You.
Madam, try to survey.
तो सर्वे नहीं हो जाएगा.
एक सर्वे कर लेते हैं और फिर इसके बाद रहेगा हम इसको अपना ऑब्जेक्टिव तैयार कर लेते हैं.
आप इतना टाइम क्यों लगाएंगे? You just see. नहीं, what is I just tell you what is wrong with this question. Here, the person has not asked कि पकड़े कितनी बार गए थे. It's not important कि we have to come out of total how many चालान was how many times चालान was given. कोई जरूरत नहीं है कहीं पे जाने की आपको. Just ask first how many times you are caught and how many times you are left. That ratio is going to tell you. That is, and this, so restate in there, how many times have you been stopped for traffic violation when you thought 3 was the figure, just a researcher felt it. पर उसने सोचा अगर जिसको 3 बार मान लो, say any woman has been caught 3 times and all the 3 times she was चालान, तो वो तो कुछ आपको वैसे ही नहीं मिला है. Leniency का पता जब चलेगा that the lady has been caught for number of times and out of that only say twice only चालान was given. That shows that okay, and same thing you do with men. 10 बार पकड़े गए, चालान 8 बार हो गया. Then you can say that okay, my hypothesis is right. That point is, it's not that straightforward that we write the questions in a questionnaire. Another question, you see, double-barreled questions होते हैं where you ask 2 things in one question. Say, you said, is your doctor friendly and reasonably priced? And now, if I say yes, I may be thinking कि friendly तो है पर पैसे कुछ ज़्यादा ही लेता है.
Exactly ऐसा ही होता है.
ऐसा ही होता है. So, you can't ask 2 things in one question. Do you believe the training program अभी चल रहा है was good? आपको बहुत अच्छा था, ट्रेनिंग को अच्छा हो गया. I don't know how you are feeling, but still. And effective in teaching you new skills in research areas. आपने भी ठहरने का तो अच्छा था, but I don't agree with the other one. It may be vice versa. You are feeling say बहुत अच्छा था, पर teaching हमें research skills नहीं उतनी develop हो पाई. So how can I know for which part you are saying it as a good or satisfactory and all that? You have to ask the 2 things separately. So double-barreled questions should not be there. So researcher from this I have explained. Let me. Survey questions, certain wording is to be avoided while writing survey questions. That is, avoid ambiguous question. Let me give you 1-2 questions because that can be interpreted. Say, what is your income? Why it is ambiguous? Straightforward to hai. Why it is ambiguous question? Don't see any reason.
Very good.
When I am asking this question, it means कुछ तो है. Huh?
That is
This can't be ambiguous. For example, very good.
Gross income, taxable income.
Okay, okay. Quite close, quite close. Uh-huh.
I'm getting 41,000. So, then I can say that my income is 41,000 or 43,000. So it could be ambiguous in that way.
Okay, okay. So here you जैसे आपने तो इसको ले गए कि actual और taxable क्या है, right? Of course. Monthly है, annual है. What you want to ask from other sources है,
Is it your family income?
family income है. Because say if you want to see the आप कहते हो कि purchasing power लोगों की new brands of cars, what is the purchasing power in that locality? And you look, rightly said, the family income will decide. Say okay, if we keep that apart, even then it is not telling that how much is the income from one source, that monthly, annual, then of course from other sources. Say if I go to the teaching profession, you might be getting certain honorarium from your other works also. The consultancy can be there. There can be number of other things. People invest in shares also. So it's a not sure, because purchase power may be related to that, not just to your that income. So this question is ambiguous because its answers you can't use for the research, that type of research purpose. So even how many computers do you have in the college, in department, in college for the student work or for the other work also? What you want? Again, it's not clear. Say, now what is wrong with this? How old are you? So age range are given. 50 to 60, 40 to 50, 30 to 40, 20 to 30, 15 to 20. Why it is wrong? Huh?
20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
You see, irrespective of male or female, they want to be on the lower rag of the age group. What will happen? 15 to 20, when the person is 20, he will never tick mark for B. Okay, advantage लेगा इस चीज का कि मैं 50 वाली रेंज में हूँ. I look very young. So question here is, don't make overlappings when you are designing questionnaire. Whenever you are to ask such type of thing, not age, otherwise, say it may be income, it may be anything, experience, anything. Don't put this type of means overlapping type of thing. आप लोग तभी कह रहे थे ना 20 वाला कहाँ जाएगा, 30 वाला कहाँ जाएगा. That psychologically they will go for the younger. पर अगर आप experience कहते हो, तो they will start going on the other side. So we don't have such type of overlappings. It might be there. So the rule in the questionnaire design is to avoid any overlap of categories. Linking personalities or institutions to issues can also affect the responses. Say, what is wrong with this wording? It's generally better to have a man at the head of the department composed of both men and women employees. So, जो generally ये है होना चाहिए, this should not be there. इस type के linking questionnaires में नहीं होनी चाहिए. Sorry, another thing, choice of words may also lead respondents. Say, don't you think that global warming is a serious environment problem? ये जो don't you think है ना, इसने कह रही है कि हाँ करो मेरी question को कि है. Another thing, would you agree that the government policies on health are unfair? आपने पहले ही कह दिया agree कर, छोड़ा क्या है उसके लिए? Not only this, आप कहते हो unemployment is increasing, isn't it? वो कहता हाँ भी हो रही है. Smoking is bad, isn't it? So आपने पहले force कर दिया कि ये जवाब दे, and then you are asking. So these type of lead questions should not be there. Because अनबायस्ड रिस्पॉन्स आना चाहिए. So encourage a particular response because the question indicates that the researcher expects a type certain answer. इसलिए उसको डायरेक्शन पहले दे दी है. लीड क्वेश्चंस हैं ये. Ensure consistent meaning for all respondents. So just see how often do you clean your teeth? Frequently, often, infrequently, never. अब मेरे लिए फ्रीक्वेंटली है कि हर खाने के बाद करूं, दूसरे के लिए है कि 2 बार कर लिया बहुत है, फ्रीक्वेंटली है. सो दिस फ्रीक्वेंटली इज डिफरेंट. बी स्पेसिफिक. आफ्टर एवरी मील, 3 times a day, 4 times a day, like that. Or keep one open, any other. Never has no meaning. Never option has no meaning. कोई भी नहीं कहेगा भी करते ही नहीं है हम. So this question is no good. Then no double negatives. Wherever double negatives come, you are engineers. 2 negative make positive, but it becomes difficult to comprehend. English वाले ज़्यादा जानते हैं. Never should one not help others. It becomes so difficult to take out the meaning of that. It's not that the case that I have never cheated on my tax returns. Again, double negatives are there. So double negatives confuse the respondents. No objectionable things. जैसे have you answered each question truthfully? वो कहता मेरे से भरवा क्यों रहे हो भाई? If you don't have confidence in me that I am responding truthfully, then why are you asking me to respond? वो वहीं पे उसको पार के भाग साइड पे कर देगा. How many years of education? Now you see the wording. Were you able to complete? एबिलिटी की बात है. आपने उसकी you have challenged that person. Able to complete. चाहे बेचारे ने PhD की हो, but you said how many years you could able. That's touchy thing in the. हम लोग सोचते क्या गलत क्या है इसमें, ठीक तो है. अभी you are challenging that person. You are, I would say, disgracing this by asking this type of thing. सीधा पूछ लो ना. What is your qualification? What you able to complete का क्या मतलब हुआ? Avoid technical words, slang, unusual vocabulary. Say if say you are making survey for the liking of the people for say purchase of vehicle, कोई industry करवाना चाहते हैं. Now for that matter, say purchase is to be done by the highly educated persons also, and maybe the not very highly educated. वहाँ पे आप you feel that okay, I am doing PhD and my English should be very high, and your questionnaire is going to people who are not highly educated, then it will create a problem for them. So don't choose, and you ask too much of technical wording there. Say you want to say that okay, cloud computing, then yeah, you are taking for the software compared to this software and the other software, the person doesn't know about the other software. So such type of things you have to take care while designing questionnaires. Make the questions clear and concise. Grammatically they should be okay, spelling should be right. Then be aware of cross-cultural differences also. If they are like that, then you have to take care. If you are say questionnaire is going to whole country, or say different sections where you feel people of different cultures are living there, then your questionnaire wording should you take care that there are no sensitive type of questions or wordings used in the questionnaire. Otherwise it will create a problem for sure. So these are all the things which you have to take care while designing, writing items for the questionnaire. Once that is done, then how to sequence them. Questions बन गए आपके. You are ready with the questionnaire items. How would you sequence them in the? You can come on this side, Shruti. You can come here. I can understand. Can change your seat. Okay, well, what should be kept in mind for sequencing questionnaire items? Yes, anybody? Can I ask Dr. Satish? You must have experienced this.
जनरल इंफॉर्मेशन जैसे जो हमारा उत्तरदाता होता है
हाँ.
बिजनेस का, उसके जनरल इंफॉर्मेशन जो उसके पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन है वो शुरू में रखे जाते हैं,
Right.
और वो हमें डेटा एनालाइज करने के दौरान वो जो सीधे तौर पे रिसर्च में उसका उन जो डेटा हमें मिलते हैं उसके पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन सीधे रिसर्च में योगदान तो नहीं रखते, लेकिन एनालाइज करने में उसका इम्पोर्टेंस जरूर होता है।
Okay.
तो
Okay.
पहले हम उसके
Personal information, you want to say that should come first. Good. Or
बाद में हम जो हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव्स होता है रिसर्च का ऑब्जेक्टिव, हम उस क्वेश्चंस को उसके जनरल इंफॉर्मेशन के बाद ही रखना जरूरी होता है।
हाँ.
फिर हम
No, say my point here is, say for one research question you have number of criterion questions. Say for number of for each criterion question, for all criterion questions, you have made number of questions. Right? Now questions are with you. How to put them in the questionnaire? What should be the sequence there?
सीक्वेंस के ही विषय में मैडम मैं बता रहा हूँ।
पहले तो आपका बिल्कुल ठीक कहा आपने कि पहले उसकी पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन आ जाएगी. Here those who are saying that personal information is not used in the research, that I don't go into that, because at times that has to be used. See, when you are saying discipline, I want to compare the achievement of persons from discipline to discipline also. So I say that okay, computer science students have this type of problem, rural the other discipline, they had this type of problem. Maybe that might be related, but we don't go into that. In any case, you are right in saying that the personal information is written at the top. Okay.
तो वही मैं कहना चाह रहा हूँ।
हाँ जी बताएं.
ऑब्जेक्टिव्स है जो हमारे रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम का ऑब्जेक्टिव्स है, जनरल इंफॉर्मेशन के बाद हम पहले उसे रखेंगे।
Okay.
फिर ऑब्जेक्टिव्स में और वो टॉपिक पे निर्भर करता है कि हमारे ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या होंगे, जो रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम्स में निर्भर करता है कि ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या होंगे। तो ऑब्जेक्टिव्स के ओरिएंटेड हमारे क्वेश्चंस उसके बाद में आए। लास्टली हम उसके साथ बहुत क्लियर उसका कोई वो नहीं कैटेगराइजेशन नहीं किया जा सकता। उसके बाद हम टॉपिक पे सीधे आएंगे। जो हमारी जो हम सर्वे करना चाहते हैं, जो तथ्य हम निकालना चाहते हैं, उस टॉपिक पे सीधे हम आएंगे कि डायरेक्ट जो क्वेश्चन है टॉपिक पे, फिर उसको हम लेंगे। और कुछ हम जैसे कंपैरेटिव टाइप के क्वेश्चंस को भी हम लास्ट में रखते हैं, जिससे कि अभी वो सीधे उसकी जरूरत हो चाहे ना हो, लेकिन बाद में कुछ क्वेश्चन जब हम एनालाइज करते हैं तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये प्रश्न छूट गया नहीं तो हमें इसे इस तथ्य को एनालाइज करने में मदद मिलती है। जैसे कभी-कभी हम इनकम, जरूरी नहीं है टॉपिक को देखने के बाद लगता नहीं कि इनकम जानना जरूरी है, लेकिन कभी-कभी ये पता चलता है कि इस तरह का डेटा किस कैटेगरी, किस ग्रुप में, किस तरह के इनकम लेवल के लोगों में है, उसकी प्रायोरिटी किस में ज्यादा है, तब हमें वहाँ इनकम की जरूरत पड़ती है। तो वो हमें उत्तर प्राप्त होकर तो एनालाइज कर लेते हैं, अदरवाइज नहीं कर पाते। तो पहले जनरल इंफॉर्मेशन, फिर हम जो हमारे रिसर्च के टॉपिक हैं, प्रॉब्लम्स है, उसके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स पे हम आते हैं। फिर हम डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन जो हमारे प्रॉब्लम से रिलेटेड है, फिर हम कुछ कंपैरेटिव क्वेश्चंस हमारे ऐसे तब क्वेश्चनर्स पूरे होते हैं। और उसमें जो आपने बताया कि क्या हमारे किन चीजों से हमें बचना चाहिए, किस तरह के क्वेश्चन नहीं रखने चाहिए, उसका ध्यान रखते हुए उसे डेवलप, इसीलिए क्वेश्चनर लिखना नहीं कहा जाता, उसे डेवलप करना, डिजाइन करना कहा जाता है। इसलिए उनको एग्जैक्टली कोई प्रश्न नहीं है जो हम आम बोलचाल की भाषा में किसी से पूछते हैं। उसको कुछ उस क्वेश्चंस के भी कुछ उद्देश्य हैं जो उस क्वेश्चन के माध्यम से ही हमें पाना है, और फिर हमें एनालाइज भी करना है। तो उसमें उन क्वेश्चंस ऐसे जरूर होने चाहिए जो हमें एनालाइज करने में भी डेटा को मदद करें।
ओके, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, थैंक यू।
कंटेंट्स हमारे तो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ कंटेंट्स को एकदम प्रायोरिटी देंगे कि हम किसको पहले रखें।
ओके, 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 से आई गिव यू वन क्वेश्चन and I right in the beginning start asking very general type of questions. What will happen? आपको अभी तक कुछ माइंड सेट नहीं बना है, राइट? कोई माइंडसेट नहीं है, ऐसे आप कुछ से व्हीकल की बारे में पूछना शुरू कर दिया, you don't have that type of mindset to respond. So whenever questionnaire is this means items are placed in the questionnaire, you have to start that type of mindset. And if there are any sensitive type of questions which you have to ask, they should be at the towards the end. क्योंकि शुरू से अगर आपने उनसे सेंसिटिव क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया, the person will feel psychologically threatened और वो कहेगा no, I won't answer this questionnaire. So when we are sequencing, actually earlier questions they set the mindset of the respondent कि हाँ ये चीज जो है मेरे से पूछने जा रहे हैं, ये मैंने इस तरह बताना है. Start with non-threatening factual questions. Say, I want to just see the problems of students regarding their evaluation procedures. मैं बिल्कुल education की उस पे आ रही हूँ. Now, instead of just asking, are you happy with the evaluation? No, I won't ask this question first. I will say, okay, how you are evaluated? What is the status? So I am asking them the factual question. Okay, in sessional test, what is the components or elements of evaluation? Non-threatening, they are giving me the factual type of information. If I want to then ask, are your teachers biased in that? How would you react on that? This will be at the end, because in the beginning he is not ready for responding such a sensitive thing. So factual, non-threatening questions, they are asked first, and then we move further. Move to closed questions so that he is feeling easy. Say, even for the sessionals, you give certain choices. So in the sessionals, assignments are there, class tests are there. So you just say tick mark, any other please specify. He is comfortable, it is factual, and closed questions are there. Open questions are difficult to respond. So you take them sensitive, intrusive type of questions, personal type of questions, they should be at the end. Then you come to the open-ended questions. Now that person has comfort, knows what type of things was required, has gained more knowledge on that issue. Now he is comfortable to respond to the open questions also. So we slowly move in that direction. Try to keep the survey short, जैसा कि मैंने कहा था. If it is short, crisp, attractive. कई बार the researcher wants to save money, so rough paper, बिना फॉर्मेटिंग के वो क्वेश्चनर पकड़ा देता है. जो अच्छा पढ़ने वाला होता है वो कहता है इसको छोड़ो, इसको पता नहीं कैसा पेपर है, इसको तो हाथ नहीं लगाएंगे हम. So you should be careful for these things also. It should be attractive. One should feel like responding, because questionnaires are never welcomed by people. I am not going to the data collection. इनका 40-50% तक कई बार रिटर्न रेट होता है, and that starts affecting your research results also. So it should be very attractive. You should see that finally it comes in a good way. So this was about the sequencing. Then is the writing instructions. This is very important, how they have to respond. And for that matter, you have to take care. Tell the purpose, why you are going for it. Why should that person respond to your questionnaire? So first say that we are going to study the need of the customer of this vehicle in the market. So you are now praise him. Your valuable input to this will make a lot of difference. Then the person feels that, okay, I am something for them, so let me respond. So you have to encourage, motivate, praise that person, that how valuable that person is for your study. How to answer items. You have to tell right in the beginning that generally it is said that if you go on writing question 1 to 50, then it looks to be longer. अब ना इसको अगर आपने psychologically छोटा करना है, we have divided the questionnaire into 2 parts. That person now 25, okay, 25 है. The same questionnaire looks smaller to the individual. So section 2 है, say one part is asking about your choice of features in the vehicle, the other part asks of this thing. So आपके objective भी divert हो गए and उसका भी हो गया. Then whether responses are anonymous or not, this is very important. आप student से पूछ रहे हो, are your teachers biased? Do you think sectionals are only formality? and you don't keep that anonymous, what will happen? Nobody is going to give you a true picture. But once you say anonymous, I have seen when we conducted such type of studies, कितने students कहते हैं कि teachers are biased and all that. Because they are insured, if you are going to collect the data personally, you have to tell them there itself also that your information is going to be kept anonymous. So especially when these type of things are there, touchy things are there, I would say always keep it anonymous, and you tell them that your responses will be kept confidential and they will be used only for research purposes without mentioning your name. Then request them to answer all items, because missed items affect the analysis of the questionnaire. Easy to understand, language should be very simple, your instructions should be very simple. अगर instruction ही नहीं समझ आई तो वो questionnaire क्या आपका fill करके देगा. As brief as possible, that I have mentioned number of times, and once the question is over, always thank the person after all he has taken time to respond to you. So this is, now your questionnaire is ready, and there are some concerns when we are making questionnaire. Validity, does the instrument measure what it's supposed to measure? This is very important. If I compare it with your validity concern with your equipment in the workshop, say you have an instrument and it does not give you correct result, what should do? Why it doesn't give you a correct result? Why any instrument, any equipment in your workshop or laboratory does not give you the correct result? Chemical वाले हैं, mechanical वाले हैं, you can respond. हाँ जी?
Maybe the condition which they need to operate.
They are not there. Very good. Conditions can be there. It means if it is your questionnaire is administered in threatened situations, then they will not be respond. Okay. Another, anything with the calibration. Let me give you one hint.
Calibration may not be there properly.
Right. So now when your questionnaires are not written properly, they are not calibrated properly, they will not give you valid results. You have to take care of that. Now, how can I know that my questionnaire is calibrated? That way I say that it is written properly. How can I know? How can a researcher know about that? Yes?
Test it.
Very good. Very good. How to test it? Yes?
Self-test.
Huh? Self-test. अपनी चीज को कौन खराब कहता है?
Neutral होकर.
न्यूट्रल ओके. कैन यू बी सो न्यूट्रल? बहुत अच्छा कहा है आपने. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, बहुत आई अप्रिशिएट इट. वंस यू हैव मेड इट, go through it, keep objectives on one side, keep questionnaire on another, and then compare it. Is it really answering, meeting all the objectives, all the criterion questions? Very good. But I can be biased in any case, right? So how to go further? We go for a pilot testing. That is called validation of the questionnaire. तो उसके लिए I will come to that. The same type of persons. Say, if they are your sample is of customers, same type of customers you are to take. If it is students, same type of students are to be taken. If they are administrators on which your study is there, then say आपके 100 principal हैं, आप उनमें से 5 principal, 10 principal select कर लें, and give that questionnaire to them and ask them, is it really evaluating, giving me these objectives or not? हाँ, कहीं पे wording, miscommunication of the things, everything will come there. So that part is very important. The other is reliability. When your evaluation answer sheets are again evaluated by some other person, second evaluator gives the different marks. Am I right? जहाँ re-evaluation होती है वहाँ तो इसे सब कुछ पता चल जाता है. So if that is happening, is that evaluation reliable? No. If I give same questionnaire, of course it is a hypothetical situation. If I give the same questionnaire to the same individual after 1-2 days, and he gives me different thing, it means there is something wrong in my questionnaire that people are changing their stand. right? Of course, it won't happen in quantitative information. It happens more in the qualitative information, open-ended questions जो आते हैं, there it may happen. So you have to see that whether your questionnaire is really giving you the reliable and valid results. And so for that matter, we are concerned, researchers are concerned more with the content validity. Content validity means, say I compare it with a paper. Say you are going to give test to the students, and you have, say, 7 chapters. Okay, you don't have time, you just set the paper from 5 chapters and give to the students. Will that paper give you the valid results? No. Why? Because there may be a student who has learned all the 7, but your results will not discriminate between the 2 persons who has read 5 chapters and who has read 7. Same thing will happen here also, and this type of validity is called content validity. Though the steps which we had followed, we said purpose, research questions, then we came to the criterion questions, and then we have written the items. But it might have happened that one of the criterion question was totally missed, or half of it is missed. जैसे कि ये कौन डॉक्टर सतीश बता रहे थे कि बाद में हमें पता चलता है कि ये होता तो एनालिसिस बेटर हो जाता, तो आपने इसका मतलब है वो क्राइटेरियन क्वेश्चन का एक छोटी सी लेग छोड़ दी है क्वेश्चनर में. This means that your content validity of that questionnaire is not there. दूसरा मैंने वर्ड लिखा है फेस वैलिडिटी. व्हाट वी मीन बाय फेस वैलिडिटी? एक्चुअली क्वेश्चनर का जो वर्डिंग है, the content, as far as content validity is concerned, that is more important than the face. But face validity affects the way the respondent responds to the question. If I take the example of electrical engineering, say आपका electrical engineering का पेपर है ना कोई electrical के लिए, तो मैं और कुछ दे देती हूँ. आपने एक क्वेश्चन लिखा at low level, ITI का लेवल है, आप कहते हो कि you have to cut the wire into 3 parts. वही क्वेश्चन आपने सिविल वालों को दे दिया. आप देख क्या रहे हैं कि इसको 2/3 1/3 पार्ट में काटना है, तो कैसे करोगे? सेम क्वेश्चन आप दे देते हो सिविल इंजीनियरिंग वाले को. अब सिविल इंजीनियरिंग वाले के लिए कंटेंट वैलिडिटी है पर फेस वैलिडिटी नहीं है. क्यों? सिविल वाला तो पाइप्स को सोचता है, वो वायर को कब सोचता है? वो कहते हैं इसने ना मेरे को क्वेश्चन इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग का दे दिया है. Ability measured is same, but on face it is not evaluating what the item should evaluate. So the researcher has to take care of both the things. So there is actually no statistical test for measuring content validity of the question paper, of the questionnaire. Reliability, I have just asked that, told that these things should be there. Then piloting the questionnaire. Now we just said that once this question here is ready from your side, you have to give to a sample of people, which is the real. But those people should not form part of the actual study. In आपने जो 5 principles जो भी students लिए, they are not the part of the actual study, otherwise they will be biased. वो नहीं आपने करना. So on others you are to test them. Now the purpose is, again, this will give you the feedback on validity of the questionnaire items. Because if say you are thinking that okay, this question will this type of answer will be there, and but when the actual answer comes, that question has been interpreted in a different way than you thought of it. So it is going to give you the feedback whether your questions are really valid or not. Check whether questionnaire is too long or too short, too easy, too difficult. So we said that vocabulary should not be that much. And when you are giving to that sample, they may say that it's very tiring to fill your questionnaire. That means it is too long. type of items. There may be certain items where more information is required by the respondent to respond to that situation accurately. So this type of feedback will come. Then it will also tell you several items to measure specific concept that you have to ensure. आपने किसी ने कहा था ना कि self analysis करना है, so that can be there. Ensure data acquired will answer the research questions. I was just saying in the beginning that at times researchers becomes a very ambitious. Okay, put this question also, put this question also, and when you give for sampling test, piloting testing, they will say that okay, these two things don't match with your question, their objectives. Why you are putting it and making it unnecessarily lengthy? So this type of thing will be, you will be able to know. Ask more closed questions than open questions, because we said earlier, if more of open questions are there, coding analysis becomes very difficult. So you have to take care of that. Avoid splitting an item over more than one page. वो कई बार होता है response नहीं आता अगर दो पे है. That of course will come at the time of printing, but right from the piloting you are to be careful for this aspect also. So this was all about questionnaires, designing of questionnaire. I am not going to the data collection. Of course, I just made a mention of the things that these can be done either personally or through the mailing. So any questions? Let me ask from the participants at the studio. हाँ जी, sorry. Okay, very good, very good. Open ended के लिए तो हमने कर ली थी, sorry. हाँ, that is missed. तो आपने पहले, मैं लिमिटेशन में पहले नहीं जाती, मैं पहले हमेशा पॉजिटिव लेती हूँ. एडवांटेजेस क्या है पहले तो? हाँ जी. Well, it's in the lighter vein. It's in the lighter vein. आप लिमिटेशन की बात कर लेते हैं. हाँ जी, बताइएगा लिमिटेशंस क्या है?
मैं जानना चाह रहा हूँ.
अच्छा, आप जानना चाह रहे हैं. ओके, anybody else who will like to respond to his question. Question बहुत अच्छा है कि questionnaires की negative points, limitations क्या है?
जब रिसर्चर बायस हो सकता है तो रिस्पोंडेंट लायर क्यों नहीं हो सकता?
बिल्कुल होता है, हो सकता है ना. So that is one क्वेश्चन. जब आप मेल करते हो, योर रिस्पॉन्स रेट इज वेरी लो. ठीक है, लाई के लिए तो इनका बहुत सही कहा. उसके लिए कई बार देयर इज अ सॉल्यूशन फॉर दैट. यू टेक इंटरव्यूज ऑफ 10-15% of the sample also to just see. That's why interview is better than the questionnaire.
60% से ज़्यादा रिस्पांस.
हाँ, तो उस पे मैं आ रही हूँ. ये one is that he is telling right that this type of problem, this type of limitation is there in the questionnaires. When you collect data from that, it is there, but that can be overcome by partially by taking means 15-20% randomly to interview the people also. In when you collect data from through interview, then this type of problem is there, not there, but then again some other type of problems comes in. Other is it's very time consuming, right? And response rate is not only it's low, but another question comes on your sampling also. Say you have thought of say 100 was the sample. How much return should be there that you take that it is okay? 70%, 80% fixed. Then the people who have not responded, they might be having better knowledge. So all these issues, of course, comes in the questionnaires. Advantages are there that it is easy to collect data from that. But if it is not properly designed, then again you won't have valid and reliable results with this instrument. That you also have to take care. Right? Anything else?